Hey everybody, how you doing? Bill Colarulo. I'm very excited today to be joined by the CEO of Agent06, Angela Barnshaw. Agent06 is a real estate company stationed out of Haddonfield, New Jersey, that does work locally, obviously, but also does it throughout the nation and internationally. I can talk highly of Angela because not only do I know who she is, I have used her on numerous occasions, as has my family, and they are awesome. Angela, thank you for coming on today.
Hey, I'm glad to be with you, Bill.
So my understanding is you are a third generation real estate professional. You've been
Yes,
doing this for almost what, 15 years now?
correct. That's correct. Yeah.
And you and your husband, Bill, really run Agent06 and do an awesome job of it. So thank you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's interesting too. I mean, Bill had no real estate background. And in 2014, he actually ran a financial services company, came from Capital One to a vendor that was servicing Capital One. He ran that company. And in 2014, he gave it all up and came to Agent06. And thankfully, because his operational and the corporate piece of what he brings to what we do is amazing. And so we've been chugging along since 2014, side by side.
Yeah, and you guys do it unlike anybody else. So what I wanted to bring you on is obviously right now is unprecedented times with what's going on with the coronavirus. And what impact has this had on the real estate market? I mean, what's going on right now as far as what you're seeing?
I'll tell you, honestly, Bill, it's fascinating. It's been extraordinary to watch it and to be a part of it and to adapt each day. When this first hit in early mid-March, each day, I'm sure this is true for everyone, so many changes and so many adaptations to how we were going to operate had to happen so fast day by day. And what we were seeing, which is, again, this is the extraordinary part, what we were seeing is the January, February, and into March of this year, some parts of South Jersey were up year over year, 39% in sale price. We were up in percent to asking. So if you're asking $300,000 for your house, you were getting 99, 98%. Sometimes, more times than should be happening, you were getting over 100% of your asking price. We had buyers that were losing bids when there were 6 and 7 offers on a property. Houses were selling in a day. We were begging agents to let our clients see a house. Just give us a chance to make an offer within that maybe 48-hour period before they would go to contract. It was extraordinary up until they announced the coronavirus problem, and then the quarantine started.
So what has happened since then? You said it was about 39% before. What have we seen since March when this really hit?
Okay, so we have seen showings of properties in our market are now down 47%.
Wow.
For example, we're based out of Haddonfield. We service Burlington County, Camden County, Gloucester County primarily. We're also at the shore, and we're also in Philadelphia. I guess because, if you dropped a pin right now, I'm in Haddonfield. So I'm going to just kind of look at some of those stats just in and around the area of where we're at if I dropped a pin. In Haddonfield, for example, there were 40 new listings on the market this month last year, so 2019. Month to date, this year, 2020, there are 5. There are 5 new listings. So to see the market shift and watch the numbers is extraordinary, and it's very, very interesting. But to be boots on the ground and to see how buyers and sellers are responding, something we've been saying for at least a decade is that people buy houses because life is happening. They're pregnant, someone is ill, there's a divorce, there's a death. These are the things that really are the catalyst that cause people to buy or sell a house. And with COVID-19, you would think kind of the generalization of it is, oh, well, then everyone just stops what they're doing. But life, as we all know, is continuing. So our clients that need to buy and sell, not want to, but need to, because life was happening before coronavirus, the coronavirus actually created an exponential momentum. And now we had some really cool things happen, but now sellers who were not willing to negotiate on a price were willing to do whatever it took to get under contract. We went from a hot seller's market to around, I mean, I have a chart in front of me here, about March 8th is when it happened, just plummeted, where we went from a hot seller's market to almost overnight an immediate buyer's market. It's been wild to watch it.
So for people who absolutely, need to buy or sell a home right now, what advice do you have for those people who, like you said, life still goes on, things happen where that's what causes people to buy and sell? What advice do you have for those people?
Okay. Well, the important thing to know or to be thinking about is that it's all okay. You absolutely can proceed with buying or selling right now, and quite successfully. It's pretty awesome the way, I mean, if you're going to look at silver linings of all this stuff, it's pretty awesome to see how, when this happened, how it caused sellers to kind of cool down and be more realistic, and buyers to kind of steady out and stop feeling so panicky and anxious that they're not going to win. And so they have to, there's a lot of fear coming from the buyer side, or there was. And now it's like kind of created a more of a fair playing ground, more of an open dialogue. If you're going to buy, if you're going to sell, the big thing to think about is that, like we were just saying, if life is really happening to you and you need to buy or you need to sell, therefore it's essential, then let's go. And if not, then pump the brakes and wait until we get past this wild time, just out of respect for the most, the 800-pound gorilla in the room, and that's the spreading of the virus. No need to interact with people if you can avoid it, and wait to buy or sell. If you do need to buy or sell, very simple. You need to honor every safety mandate. Use hand sanitizer. If you're a seller, provide it at entry of the property. Require that people remove their shoes, wear a mask, wear gloves. Just really be diligent about honoring those safety mandates. And then leveraging technology. One of the cool things is that at Agent06, we were a boutique real estate agency with a really cool system of how we operated. We basically took the real estate transaction, divided it into 6 phases, and we assigned a specialist or a department to each phase of the transaction. So we're never putting all the pressure on one salesperson to manage everything. Through that, we're all cloud-based. Everything we do is very technology-driven. So when we came into this COVID crisis, we were pretty much positioned to manage it, and manage it really well. So when we're dealing with a buyer or dealing with a seller, we have certain criteria and qualification steps that each buyer and seller has to take. So if you're buying a home right now and it's essential for you, this is what we do, and we recommend that everyone does it. Make sure you get a pre-approval in advance. Never see a property if you don't have a pre-approval. That is absolutely is, and always will be essential and a responsibility of the buyer. Another critical responsibility that we don't see enough of, but we require it for our clients, is that you need to create a short list of properties that you really love and go drive by them. You can eliminate so much about a house and not displace the family who lives there and create all the drama of an in-person showing if it's not necessary. So be really diligent and do your drive-bys, eliminate the houses, then take that short list of properties, the properties that make the short list, make the cut, give them to your agent, and let your agent give you either an awesome video tour provided by the seller's agent. No need to go and see it if you've got drones and videos and all kinds of cool things to basically do that in lieu of an in-person showing. You also could ask, maybe your agent could go by themselves so there's not as many people going into the property, and your agent could do a FaceTime tour for you. So you can go about doing this in a very efficient kind of tech-based way, and be very successful right now. Sellers, same thing. Every safety mandate, honor it, and leverage technology to every angle that you can. Leverage technology.
Yeah, technology can be a huge friend right now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And before this all happened, you helped me buy our home. And at the time, my wife was not in the country. She was on vacation in Greece with my daughter, and she was pregnant at the time. And I did exactly that. We FaceTimed from this home. Yeah. And thankfully she liked it when she got back. But yeah, it's possible. I can attest to that. I did it not because of COVID-19, but because my wife just wasn't in the country. So you're utilizing technology. So I'm assuming people have been able to buy and sell homes without having any buyers even in the house, right? They're doing everything just virtually.
You said it exactly right. And I love that you're mentioning that about when Corinne was traveling away for like the entire summer or something
Yeah.
awesome. And I remember that we were under contract for your new home. And when we were in attorney review, she flew back in during that time. Ironically, the timing worked out. And we were like, me and you, we were like,
thank God she liked it.
Yeah.
Well, we're very happy.
And I love that example, Bill. So thank you so much for reminding me of that unique situation, because that's exactly what's happening. People are doing virtual tours, FaceTime, utilizing Zoom, drone videos, because drone videos historically are just a way to create a hook so that people get excited. It's kind of a teaser, and then they want to come see the house in person. Well, why don't you just do a thorough drone movie? Maybe even have the agent tour, an audio or an oral tour over the video, so that they can sell you, educate you on the property. But then once you've seen the video tour or the FaceTime or whatever's provided by the seller's agent, and anything your buyer's agent can provide you, we actually have people that have agreed to put contingency verbiage in the contract. So it says, these are the terms of our offer. Both parties have agreed to this, and it's actually contingent upon you physically being able to inspect the home and do an actual physical walkthrough of the home to complete an in-person showing after the coronavirus has or the mandates have been lifted.
That's great. That's smart. Very smart. And a lot of people know this already, but as far as signatures go, all that can be done electronically as well. So you never have to actually be there in person to sign anything either, right?
Yeah, and like you were saying, you and I were chatting before we started this recording, and before coronavirus, we were already cloud-based. We were already requiring e-signature on everything. Our clients can be on vacation, literally, 5 feet from an ocean's edge, and a fruity drink in one hand and an iPhone in another, and they can sign any document. And the documents we're providing, unlike with your situation being an attorney, the documents we're providing are actually pre-prepared by attorneys who represent the state real estate association. So we're just inputting the facts of the offer. It's very straightforward most of the time. Sometimes it's more complicated than that, but it really, everything can be done remotely.
Very cool. Well, Angela, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're a busy woman, but again, Agent 06 in Haddonfield, I feel like it's the hair club for men. I'm not just a spokesperson. I'm a customer, but no, they really are phenomenal. But thank you for your time. Thank you for your knowledge, and stay safe, Ange. Hopefully I'll see you soon.
Okay. Thanks, Bill. You too.
Have a good one.